It's me. Hello, how's it going everyone? It's your boy. I'm a little baby and I love to play video games. A lot of video games. I think they're good. I love it. Growing up, there were a lot of really hard games. Like, really hard games. Back when you could only get a few games at a time prior to the modern internet, games had to be challenging enough to hold your attention for as long as possible before you could afford another. As a result, there are a ton of games I never finished as a child because my stupid little pee-pee fingers weren't fast enough to hit button good. But now, I'm an adult, and my fingers are bigger, and now I'm invincible. So join me, or don't, as I try to finish the games that ruined me as a child. Let's go! So, if you're not familiar, Gradius is a game designed by demons to punish the living for the sins of the dead. It's brutal. It's a side-scrolling shooter designed by Konami, originally released as an arcade game. It was known as Nemesis in the US. This game went on to spawn a billion sequels and is now known as the best game ever by videogame.com. The version I'm playing is specifically the NES port, which I probably first played around the time I was 10. For the record, I was born after the NES, so by the time I played this, games were a little bit kinder, but in the kick you while you're down way, and not the eat your dog while you're asleep kind of way. Part of the issue with Gradius is this little power-up bar right here. If you kill an orange enemy or a full run of certain enemies, you get a little power-up. To progress to the next power-up in the bar, you need another power-up on top of the one you've already collected. Pretty simple. But here's the catch. When you die, you lose everything. That means going back to square one, the basic ship. Shouldn't be a huge issue, except your ship is like this. You are useless without your power-ups, and getting back to fully powered later in the game can be awful. Gradius is like one big level with 7 different subsections. You got Volcano, Balls, Moey Statue, Volcano 2, Brain, Contra, and Big Brain. Goal is to get through each, reach the congratulations, and finish the game. Here we go! Run 1 went really great, and actually probably set me up in a bad way for the rest of my runs, because I thought I was getting really good at the game. I made it fairly far for what I thought I would do. I got all the way to the Moey statues, but I kind of lost somewhere around here. These little ball kind of enemies are really hard to beat because you can only shoot them when they're open, and at some point they're just going to smash you in the wall, and that's just very, very difficult. So this was awesome, and I was like, this is going to look up from here. Boy, how wrong I was. Run 2 also went really well, and I thought, honestly, maybe I could get through this in like 5 or 10 runs. Like, maybe it's not as bad as I remember. But I started noticing something that I've always thought about Gradius, and is maybe more true than I realized. You can't really die. Like, yes, you can literally die, but as soon as you do, depending on where you stop, getting back to the ability to survive the stuff around you is absolutely brutal. I don't want to talk about Run 3. I don't want to talk about it. The next several runs all ended in a very similar way for the reason that I listed before, and it is kind of annoying because it makes it feel like if you die at any point before a certain part of the 3rd stage, you should just restart the game, and that's kind of boring because, like, I don't want to do that every single time, but if I don't, the odds of me making it out of this are insane, and it was just again and again and again and again of me trying and failing spectacularly at very similar parts. So here's a brief little lovely compilation. Now begins the great Moey Statue debacle of 2026. It is brutal to get through this section. I get so close every time, and either I get destroyed by the little ball robots, or it's just something about one of the statues. You have to be so specific about how you thread the needle here, and half the time I'm hanging out at the back of the screen to make sure that I can spend the least amount of time in front of the statues as possible, but at some point they're gonna take you out, and it is so annoying, and I'm stuck here for a while. Good news is I do seem to be getting better. I'm not really dying before this part anymore, and I can get to here somewhat consistently, so hopefully it doesn't take me 50 years to beat this game. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, remember when I said that I was getting better? Well, guess what, buddy? I'm not. Now I go on this generational run where I just lose over and over and over and over and over in the Moey Statue section. It is just, there's just these slight sections where it's really, really hard to thread the needle, and I just keep dying, and then those stupid little ball robots keep killing me at this point, and I am starting to lose it. I'm starting to lose it, buddy. Just when all hope is lost, we have done it, ladies and gentlemen. We have completed Moey Hell. I finally got past these stupid little ball boys, and I almost immediately died on the next section, but that is not important. What is important is we are making progress. So here's the thing about these little ball things. What I learned was that when you're fighting them, if you move to the right, they move right with you. So I thought they just followed you, but they only do that once. So once you've already done that and you do it again, they'll just keep going to the left. You basically don't have to fight them. You can just kind of despawn them off the screen. And then yeah, I died in this next section. Again, go figure. This run was really pushing everything forward. We got super far at this point, got past this little volcano section. Actually, both of these are deceptively easy. They look super hard, but there's just these little spots you can hang out and not get hit by anything. It's very common of games of this era that like the stuff that looks really hard, there's usually just kind of a trick and it's not nearly as bad as it looks. But then yeah, we got past these things and we finally got to Brainulum. Welcome to Brainulum. Here he goes. And I made it a little bit farther into the next little blue section and I died, and there we go. So something I probably should have mentioned earlier was there is a way to continue in this game from where you left off, but two things. Number one, I didn't really want to do it because I was like, oh, that's cheating or whatever, but you know, if it keeps my blood pressure down, I'm too old at this point. And number two, I couldn't really figure out how to do it. It's one of those that you have to enter a code as soon as the game over screen hits. You're supposed to enter this, but it felt like every time I did it, it didn't really make sense. And there were also a bunch of different opinions online on how to do it. This is such a common phenomenon of like games of this era where like 800 people had 800 different opinions because nobody really knew anything. And some people were like, you should hit start, you should do this, you should do this. Because at the time, nobody knew what the actual codes were, and we couldn't just dismantle the code of the game at the most base level to find out what it was. So we were just kind of guessing. But eventually I got it to work, and actually this is the first run that I successfully got to work. Granted, I was still at the beginning of the game, but whatever. Yeehaw, we got to these little scroobies, and now with the knowledge of the continue code, I am invincible, and we are barreling towards the end of this game. I will do it. I can feel it in me. I will be doing it. Man, I love slowdown in old video games. I really, really do. When the frame rate tanks to like 2 frames a minute, it's just wonderful because there are so many sections like these where the game goes from being extremely difficult and arguably not super possible to being just fine. And without it, what would I do with these little Brainulums and their 2 little arms? I also found out during this run a couple of things. Number one, the difficulty seems to adjust based on what weapons you have. If you have nothing and you're fighting these little shipped thingies, they don't fire very fast. You can get him stuck in loops like this where they don't really move. He'll just stay at the bottom of the screen and let me just annihilate him. But if I were to have a bunch of lasers, he'd be going really fast and shooting a whole bunch. Yeah, man, we got super far in this one. We got all the way through this little blue section, which really wasn't so bad. And we got through this thing, which at this point, just to give you an example of what was happening here, nothing like some good old-fashioned mashing, brother. And we are in the final stage of the game. At this point, I am sweating. I just want to finish it. Now, this is a great example of something I was talking about earlier, where when you lose your weapons, what am I supposed to do? Like, this section here is just kind of like, If I can get a missile, maybe I can be somewhat useful, but it feels pointless. It feels like I got nothing. So up until now, I've basically been like, why would you ever want to use double when you could have laser in 3 options? Options give you another ship, and laser just shoots through everything, so it makes everything so much easier. And I was like, why would you ever use double in any situation? Well, number one, it is faster to get than laser. You only need 2 power-ups to get it. And number 2, in a section like this where there's enemies constantly on the ceiling, having option and a couple of doubles and a missile really helps. In this next run, I was so close to the ending, but again, I just died here. And in our final run, we were doing it. Everything was going so great. I could feel it in my bones. I could feel that I was about to win. And we just get right to this door, which isn't opening, which isn't. Wait, no. Are you serious? So, Gradius, in its final beautiful, wonderful move, makes you go through that door before the screen scrolls, but doesn't give you any indication that that's what's supposed to be happening. So, yeah, of course, the first time you do it, you just die in front of it. It's a troll, and he's stupid, and he's dumb, and I hate it, but alas, that is the game that they made. But once you get through that door, finally, here we go. The big brain. And what does it do? Nothing. It just sits there. And you know what? After all of it, I'll take it. I'll take it, man. Congratulations. Wow. I did it. Oh my god. Well, folks, with that, I have done it. I have finally finished Gradius. Gradius? It doesn't matter. Point is, the game is finished. And what have we learned? Mostly that I'm better than you, and I'm smarter than you. I am also much bigger than you, and that's what's important. In all seriousness, Gradius is a cool game. It's really fun. I, playing this as a kid, never thought I would be able to finish it because it is so freaking difficult, and most of the times for the wrong reasons. But the more you play it, the more you realize there are a couple tricks to get through it. It's not absolutely insane. Do I recommend it? Kinda. It's fun, I guess. If you like this sort of thing, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna do these with some other games. Do you have any games that you want me to do? Okay, that sounds great. I don't want to go. Bye.